Hello everyone, I'm Richard Zeke81, and the theme of my video here coming to you live is since 1995 to 2025, that is 30 years, what is life like for me? Okay, it's funny to me, you know, when I was in my youthful days, when I was younger, when I was, just growing up and hitting puberty really, really hard, looking like the most fit elite military personnel, looking like the most fit male figure in the world. In my school, even though it's junior high school, everywhere I go, I'm the most fit, sexy guy I've ever seen in my life. When I look in the mirror, that's why I keep looking in the mirror. Um, like it goes to your head, even though you try to ignore it. If you're trying to say I'm like a spiritual monk, in a way, I'm a hermit monk, spiritual, but I'm the sexiest male in the world. I'm the sexiest looking guy I've ever seen in my life. When I look in the mirror, I look so sexy. I look so good looking. My muscles are all over my body. My Adam's apple showing. My chest is out there. It's there. It's my pectoral muscles are there. My abdominal muscles are forming. My biceps are there. My triceps are there. My forearm muscles are there. My deltoids are there. My rhombus muscles are there. Even though I don't want them because I'm a martial artist, I'm a karate guy. You want to have more lower body strength and not much rhombus muscles. I didn't have much rhombus muscles, but I think I did. I had probably maybe more deltoid muscles. And then, that year in 1995, I had, now let's get to my lower body. I had the sexiest gluteus maximus and gluteus minus you ever seen in your life. I had the sexiest quadricep muscles you ever seen in your life. They looked like they could thrust all the women in the world with sex and make them orgasmic 1,000 times over. Every time they look at me, they can't contain themselves. They start coming in their panties, whatever the hell. Hey, I'm just saying. Now, just so everyone knows, this is not appropriate for children. I did apply for a job, you know, uh, that is helping children recently. When I talk, not everything I say is appropriate for children. Put them to bed. Don't let them see this. But what I'm saying is this. Going back to 1995, let me go back. What is appropriate for children may be the moves for Shenmue. It can be entertaining. Don't try it at home, though. Just say, watch it. If you want to show your kids that, I don't know. It's a good idea. As long as they don't try my moves without proper instruction from a certified instructor of karate. But going back, that's at your own discretion for parents if you want to entertain your kids with my moves of Shenmue. That is your choice. Now, what I'm saying, getting back to the theme of this video here, since 1995 to 2025, and then it's 30 years lapse of time. What is life like for me? So I'm getting back to the year 1995 when I started training the martial arts. Um, I was really sexy. I didn't have the sexiest looking face all the time. I had maybe some minor acne issues. I was wearing braces on my teeth, but I had a great hairline. I had a lot of thick hair, a lot of spike, a lot of flat top, a lot of full hair, good, great hairline, hair everywhere. My hair will grow like in a month. It'll grow out to being long like right now if I let it. Um, maybe in 3 months, but 2 months. I don't know. What I'm saying, the muscles, the body I had So I'm at the lower body, sexy quadriceps, sexy hamstrings. My hamstrings look like, I could lift up probably 3 girls on with my hamstring curls. It just, I don't know, maybe 1 girl because my hamstring muscles were more sensitive. But then I remember doing all these quadricep curls in the basement when I was 14. Man, I could probably lift like a lot. Like I think I remember doing like 100 pounds quadricep, legs curls. I had really sexy legs, really sexy uh, calf muscles. I don't know what they're defined as, soleus muscles or something. There's so much definition in my calves. My forearms and my calves had tons and tons of definition in my muscles. I don't have the ability to get to the gym right now, but if I did, maybe I would be showing more sexy looks. Um, you never know. But I can remember when I had this talent for Shenmue at that time in my life. Oh, hi, man. Useful. Thank you. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining the broadcast. Yes, sir. Um, yes. So getting back to the topic here, my body was just so sexy. I mean, I'm just never get over myself. I don't get over myself being that way even one time in my life. It's just I'm thinking of it. What else was sexy on me? I also had a lot of flexibility in my legs. I could do practically the full splits. I think, in a way, I may have had the talent in me to do the full splits, and I didn't. I don't even know if I did, but I think I did, or I came really, really, really close. But I was really, really talented in the martial arts. I could lay on my back and put one leg back and lay down and hold that for like, you know how like when you put one leg back like this. I laid in my bed the whole night and slept on that leg like that. And that's not recommended. My teacher said doesn't recommend I do that, but I slept like that the whole night for a great stretch. Now that's insane what I did, but I did that a few nights, and I just wanted to see what he would say about it. Uh, you know. So, yes, what was life like for me, 1995 to 2025, the past 3 years? Well, I had this really, really sexy looking body, and I would drink milk all the time. I always would drink milk for lunch, any time of the day, dinner, lunch, breakfast, milk, not skim milk, not skim milk, 2% milk. And for lunch at school, I would have chocolate milk, or there were many times that I chose white milk over chocolate because I always, yeah, that's actually the habit I had. I would choose white milk over chocolate because um just different reasons why, like the sugar, which I didn't care about, but um I like to think like I'm doing something healthy by choosing white milk over chocolate milk. I think that's why I chose that when I was in the 90s, growing up, my youth. Yeah, I chose white milk over chocolate. I always had a hot habit of eating combos, like a snack, because there's nothing to eat for lunch sometimes. I remember doing that. I remember I ate what was given to me at lunch, dinner, lunch, whatever. Shit. Mosquito in my room. Let it go. Hate those damn mosquitoes. Hope it don't bite me. Give me this some kind of. Let me see about this. Maybe I'll let it go. Huh? Yeah. There's some crazy mosquito virus I think going around in Michigan, but let's ignore the damn thing. Whatever. Okay. So yes. It comes back. Should I kill him? I don't want him to bite me and kill me. You know, not that it would kill me, but you never know. This mosquito virus is going around the state of Michigan. Let me try. Be right back. Well, not sure if I got him or not. I might have got him. If I didn't, I'll get him next time. Little bastard. Whatever. Okay. So, I can remember being this guy that was, you know, yes, I was very, very good looking, sexy, attractive. Um, I don't know, like, like what went wrong with that was many things too. Some things went wrong with that because if I am all that I claim, I'm lying about my Shemo claims, about my Tekken claims, Well, the reason this went wrong for me, I'm thinking, is because of mental illness and how it like how this religion that most people are brought up with, probably if you're in America, what is the Christian, what is what is the nation's religion, the nation's universal religion, what do they call it, the national religion that there's taught, Christianity. Okay, initially that's what we're taught. If you're like from the 1900s or the 1800s, whatever, no one's that old probably, but if you're from the 1900s, or whatever, this country's founded on Christianity, is what I'm saying. So you have that. It's founded on Christianity, and because of that, see, this is partially the problem I think with my life a lot. I'm not taught Christianity correctly. I'm believing that I'm not taught it of the way that would not screw my life up. Is in other words, like I'm taught it in a way that would deprive me of sex all my life, make me a virgin man all my life, until I can find a woman to put a ring on and marry her and live with her. That's okay with my family. Like I'm coming like from an almost like an Amish background. I do love my family very much, but I just, man, I don't like being that religion teaching that kind of stuff to people that are gonna be suffering like that. Because science does disprove ancient texts that are religious texts like that in a lot of ways sometimes. And if you just follow that kind of stuff, man, you're taught that and you can't escape that. This is why my karate teacher told me, he says, Ryan, just run away, run away. And I wish I had listened sometimes to him. I didn't know any better. I was going through mental illness, anxiety, depression problems at such a young age in my life. I was going through mental illness of like seeing things and hearing things and shit. And I'm doing all these martial arts in class. Now, this is a military practice, these martial arts that I've done. I've done very fancy martial arts moves that are militant. Militant as hell and very militant. But, it's just, the fact is that I had mental illness to make me be not as credible and accepted. See, and this is what's been the problem for all these years too. I've been addicted to like a chemical dependency of taking these medicines, and the only medicine that I do take right now, and it's just like a depression medicine, one little pill, and I haven't been taking any anxiety medicine for like almost a year now. So, grateful for that, but You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're going through problems like this, what you're really needing, and you're looking at like a guy that's, you know, pretty much like a virgin man. I'm like a virgin man, and I don't like to say that, but I'm just saying it anyway. It's not the worst thing in life, but once you get started with sex, you know, your cock's gonna get bigger, more plump. It's gonna get longer. It's gonna get harder. It's gonna get more healthier. It's gonna get more satisfied. It's gonna be bigger. You're gonna be wanting it more. You're gonna be needing it more. Whatever. I don't know how exactly it would affect my blood pressure, or how it would affect maybe my heart rate or other things. Now that I'm the age I am, middle age. Um, there was a nurse one time that was telling me this about how that may they don't really know how it would affect me that way with other heart heart. It's good for your heart. Sex is supposed to be good for your heart. Like, depending if you're having it with a young, healthy female, yeah, and she's hot. Well, that helps to be healthy. You don't want no pierced person that's unhealthy like that. If you're unhealthy, it's gonna be bad for you anyone. But what I'm saying is, you know, like, this is what I'm saying here. Person needs these things, and you know, like when they have that, they also need touch, cuddling with a woman, this that. Like, I'm a man, you need that. But that's, see, what I deprived myself of when I was younger was that. But it was that because uh, I didn't know any better. I just kept training the martial arts really, really hard. I kept doing a lot of push-ups. The more I would reject girls, the sexier I would get, you know, because I was trying to be a really true martial artist, devoted martial artist, only a martial artist. At the time, it seemed like the more I said no to women in 1995, the sexier I would get, and the more I would hurt them. So I didn't want to do that, but um, I tried satisfying women if I could, hugging them sometimes. I think I kissed them a few times, a few women I kissed, you know, at school and that. And um, I remember, like, hug them, talk to them, you know, flirt with them. I wanted to do that because I didn't want them to get sick over me. But, um, you know, like, I just remember going through these phases in my life, like, where I'm different. I'm very, very different, okay? Yes, I am a very different person. Now, you know, like, this is all truth in my history. I didn't know that, like, see, what I'm taught is like what if you ever watch Waterboy, what what the mother would teach to Adam Sandler, Bobby Boucher. The actor is Adam Sandler, but Bobby Boucher. Oh, let's just say women are the devil. Yeah. So, you know, like, it's funny. It's funny because that's literally like what I'm almost taught to believe. And don't fool around. Fool around. Don't be fooling around. Like, you know, these kind of terms, this phrases, this what people, if your parents say that to you, don't be fooling around. Well, obviously they don't teach you how to use a condom. Obviously they don't want you to know nothing about a condom. Obviously they don't want you to you know, like, know about what this is gonna feel like and know about that. They just want us. They're telling me, like, oh, they're teaming, like, oh, you're gonna get them pregnant. And, well, I know sex can feel so good, you're not gonna want to use a condom, you know. But that's, see, this is the thing about this. It's like crazy and insane. Um, oh, let's raise money for a hair transplant. That might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I've actually looked into hair transplant in my history a few years ago. It's a lot of money. Yeah, but, you know, anyway, yes, going back here. See what my life was like when I was 14 years old when I was Ryu Hazuki, and literally I was actually the real Ryu Hazuki, and I had a real jacket that I would wear. I did not accept patches. I'm following the traditional values of this karate system I'm taught. It's a Korean karate system. The United States Tangsudo Mudo Federation. At the time, that's what it was called. I didn't accept patches on my jacket. My teacher wanted to give me patches on my jacket. I just, for some reason, I don't know how. I mean, I don't like to say it, but I just will say it anyway. I'm brainwashed with See, I had such severe mental illness and anxiety at the time that I thought that if I follow this ancient text of this Bible and Torah or whatever, that I would get better and not have anxiety. Like a more oral Ryozuki is what I was, literally. Think of it that way. You know, Ryozuki is hard to understand. He's not. People think he's cool, but he is different. I want everyone to know the real personality of Ryozuki. You know, if I was to go to Japan at that time, see, let me say, I also studied other religions. I studied some Buddhism, Confucianism. I studied Islam somewhat. I studied Hinduism. I studied Christianity. But see, Ryu Hazuki, they're not going to tell you this, but, you know, to me, he's a Mexican guy. He's Latino. They won't just say that. He's American. But that's what I'm saying here is that, you know, yes. Oh, yes, yeah. They copied my face, the Mexican king. They copied my face. Literally, these teachers were part of the medical association. I'm believing that they're part of this medical association in Michigan called the Henry Ford Health System that I'm part of too. I'm a patient there, and they found a way to copy my face. So these are all real claims here. Yes. Um, Thank you, man. Good luck. Thank you. Yes. You know, like I've been going through these things like when I was younger. So what is life like 2025? Yeah, I'm like a moral oral guy in a way, but that's part of what I believed. I believed also in whatever I studied at the library about like, you know, like life is precious. Don't kill bugs or this or that. Don't kill anything. You know, just like, but that bug up there, if there's a mosquito up there, it's gonna bite me, give me some kind of virus potentially. If they do, uh, I'll kill it if I have to. I don't want it to kill me. But yeah, you know, like I mean, um, and what I study about Hinduism, Hinduism was like I remember learning about Krishna. I forgot about Krishna somewhat. I just know it's like this woman with like 8 arms. You know, carry a lot of groceries out of the car with that. Come home from the grocery store. If you had Krishna with you, you carry the whole grocery store with you. It's funny, but you will. Excuse me. Itchy nose. You know, got a virus going around the house, but I'm not feeling a cough. I might feel a little body itch here and there. Um, Someone's got like a cold in my house. Yeah. Uh, so, you know, like, well, I did study other religions. I mean, you know how they have the Soul School guy, Chuck Norris, or AKA Carlos Ray. He's like founded with some of these beliefs I'm taught too, but you know the Bible, Torah, whatever Christianity, um, that's fine. But you know, like I'm just saying, there's old school guys from like the older generations, the 80s and 90s that are or whatever. They're taught these things, these values of the Bible and traditions of that, and then they are also taught the values of martial arts too. So, you know, you mix that together. You have to balance it out right. You have to know how to understand it and know how to make smart choices when you don't want to look stupid. You know, if you're gonna believe in uh, Jesus and God and all that stuff, you're gonna not want to look stupid a lot of times, because that's like the most persecuted religion on the planet is Christianity. Yes, it really is. It's not an easy thing to follow that religion for anyone. But I'm just saying, like, there's other religions people believe in. Take, for instance, people study Zen in Buddhism. They study the values, the philosophies, Buddhism, um, and they study what uh, their culture's like, Asian people. I like Buddhism a lot. I do. I like Zen. I like to meditate. I like see Buddhists. They believe, they even believe in like the second coming of a source or God or Jesus, whatever. They believe in something like that, but they believe he's something else. Um, not like those figures from Christianity. Um, yeah, but and I believe Islam is the same way. They believe like second coming of something, or whatever. Something's gonna happen. It's kind of like some of these religions. They they have the same. They're aligned to believe the same way. And see, part of being a martial artist is like part of being a martial artist is knowing about religions and spirituality, because martial artists are spiritual people. If they're the real ones, they're spiritual. Um, yeah, some people are spiritual in their own way and they don't follow religion at all, too. So, Morgan Beck, hi. Do you like girls with cute feet? Um, sure. Who doesn't? It's funny. Yeah, who doesn't like girls with cute feet, huh? Yes. Um, so, like, yeah, going back those times, thinking about what it was like to be this guy going to karate class in Michigan. It's called Lincoln Park Region 5, Subakto, Lincoln Park Region 5. Yeah, I said that, but um, it's a military campground also, and it's a recreational facility where they train karate there. It's a very special historical place of doing karate. People from the military, from the Korean War, would train there a lot too. Yes, so doing this karate was special to me, because I did a lot of fancy moves. I did moves from other styles in that class. I just came in and did it. You know, uh, just came in and did this. There's this one capoeira move I did a couple times, and the other time I did it, I fell down. But I did it. I believe I did it one time, and I achieved my balance right on my feet. It's this capoeira move where he does like an aerial cartwheel kick. Um, well, I'm talking about Jin does this too. There's an aerial cartwheel kick, and he lands right on his feet. I believe they put that in Tekken 8, but I do know they included that move in Tekken Bloodline when Jun Kazama teaches that move. I'm just doing this move at random, and if I ever learned it before, I don't remember learning it, but I just did it anyway. You know, so I got that in my history doing that move. Yeah, so there's that memory. The other moves I remember doing that were not part of karate was a cartwheel kick, and that sounds like aerial cartwheel, but it's not that. This I call it aerial cartwheel from capoeira, the Brazilian martial art. Um, it's like a dancing art, but yes, this other move is called cartwheel kick in Muay Thai. but it's also called Dragon Spin in Shenmue 2. Um, I don't know if I'll ever do that move again, ever in my life. Honestly, I'm thinking that, but I'm also thinking it's quite possible I could do it again. Um, even though I suffered a shoulder injury in my history, I think it's quite possible I could do it again and know what I'm doing. But I probably would want to get really in shape again, have the money, have the lifestyle to do this, and have my own house and have a big Akon trampoline in the backyard. And with that Akon trampoline, I might even try to become Ryu Hayabusa and then post that up on the internet. Yeah. Um, that's how serious I am about training, even still today. This is what I want people to understand here that you may follow me online. I might be getting older in age, but I'm not afraid to use a big trampoline and jump on it. I'm not afraid to do karate. I'm not afraid to kick high. I'm not afraid to stretch. I'm not afraid to do exercising. Um, not afraid to do fancy martial arts, the fancy moves. I'm not afraid to do that because I know I have the potential to do those kind of things still. Um, if I had like this, and when I say Akon trampoline, that doesn't mean like the rapper Akon, the musician. No, I'm talking about that the name is Akon. It's not Akon. It's Acon, and I think that's how you spell it with only the trampoline. Um, I don't know how you spell Akon's name, the artist, but I'm a fan of Akon also. But anyway, Akon is trampoline. That's a Finland. It's okay. It's they're making this trampoline. It comes from Finland, but they sell it in the United States and in other countries around the world. But it's like is that what it is? Finland. I don't think it's from Sweden. I'm just getting confused. Yeah. Okay. I know now. It is from Finland. Yeah, it's from Finland, but some of those countries are kind of the same in Europe. It's from Finland. These Akon trampolines. They're supposedly the best trampolines in the world. And the reason why martial artists would use a trampoline is because it strengthens your knees a lot. It strengthens your core a lot. It strengthens your legs, your body, everything. It really focuses on strengthening your knees. Without having strong knees, forget doing martial arts and karate. Yeah. So, you know, what life was like for me was a lot like that, those old days. But yeah, I'm not afraid to do these things. Even still today, I'm age 44. You know, these other these other guys that are in the martial arts movie industry, and they're not just like other guys, but they're iconic martial arts sensations in their history and their real names, uh, big names, big deal names, Um, there's the guys I'm talking about is like Scott Atkins, Michael J. White. I think his name is Jason Stratham, um, Donnie Yen. There's I know this one guy. I don't know if he's in any movies that I am familiar with. I know he's on YouTube. His name is Eric Jacobus. He does a lot of fancy moves too. Um, yeah, Eric Jacobus. I've seen him do his moves. He's got a lot of cool Taekwondo moves. I like watching that sometimes, just to watch him do it because I'm a fan of the martial arts and Taekwondo also. Um, there's also guys that do moves, fancy moves. There's another one that does fancy moves on YouTube. His name is They call him Ginger Ninja Trickster, but his real name, well, his actual name is Aaron. Is it Aaron Gosser? Aaron Gosser or something? I don't know. That might be his name, Aaron Gosser. He knows these Scott Atkins. He knows Scott Atkins, and he's on YouTube with Scott Atkins at times. He has he's got red hair, and they call him Ginger Ninja Trickster. He's from this is Wales. I think he's from Wales. Yeah, but I haven't seen him in any movies. You could be in movies, be a martial arts movie actor if you wanted that. Maybe he is in movies already and is a martial arts movie actor too. But I know him from being on YouTube. And I think that's the only place I've seen him. I'm a fan of him. Yeah, he does really cool moves. He does a lot of that stuff. It's really awesome what he does. And just like Scott Atkins does a lot of cool things. I'm not afraid to try these things, no. You know, like I've done this Shenmue fight choreography in my history. In 1995, I did all these things, this Suzuki style, and the scrolls. You know the scrolls you find at the antique shops and the kung fu shops. I did these moves too that are on the scrolls. So, you know, the fancy ones, probably all the scrolls. I've done all the scroll moves, and not just the ones from the Suzuki style. See, that's what I keep forgetting to mention. These scrolls in the antique shop, Rashina shop in Shenmue 1, I did all those moves. Yeah, did them all. One time or another, they probably had me do Tiger Storm, come up and do a demonstration. They see me do Tiger Storm, and let's use that Tiger Storm. That's like a rare scroll. I can remember doing Mud Spider. That's a scroll move. Crawl Cyclone. What are the other ones? I don't remember. But and then the ones for Shenmue 2, Dragon Spin, whatever other ones. Yeah, I've done those moves. But that's what I am complaining about too, because I do these martial arts for Shenmue. My Dan teachers from this federation use that, and they're not acknowledging that for me to get paid anything. So, no, I'm not happy about that. You know, I don't like that, and I want to get acknowledged. I want to get into the industry. I want to do more, be proactive with the martial arts, and do these things. You know, I don't want to be nobody. Essentially, I don't want to be nobody. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like that in a lot of ways. You know, I've got these two watches here. I don't think the alarm is working on this one very well. And this one, it is working. So let's put it on anyway. Let's turn it on, put it on. Maybe it'll go off when I'm broadcasting here. Oh, go to watch. So, okay. There we go. The alarm don't work on this one, I don't think. But it does seem to have like a beep to it. There we go. Yes, so you know, like there's oh, okay, I've been reading the messages. Let me see. SMD, you in the mob. In the mob. I don't know. Maybe some of my family is in the mob, Mexican mafia, and I don't know it. I don't know it. You know, I'm from Southwest Detroit. So, my family's from that area, region, somewhat, and then I'm also from Texas and you know, other parts of the country, Mexico or something. But I don't know if my family in the mob or not. Probably drug cartels. Call that the mob. Yeah. Guess you could. Yeah. Do you have any advice for getting a job? I'm very socially awkward. Um, like be positive. Um, keep trying. Just I'm socially awkward too. I'm antisocial mostly, but I'm online talking. I'm online chatting. I'm not always antisocial, but sometimes I stay antisocial and I don't talk enough. Um, talk to people, apply for jobs, get to know people. Try to do that, if you can. If you can't get to know people, for some reason, um, don't give up applying for jobs. I've tried many times. I can't even get a good job where I'm at. And, I'm wanting to get a good job, but I think it might happen. I think it might actually happen that I get a very good job, you know. But that's partially the problem in Michigan that I'm having. Um, Not wanting to talk about that sometimes, but I do know that there's like some problem. I'm thinking. See, this is what I want to say. When an employer tells you that we found somebody else more qualified for the job, when they're telling me that, I'm thinking like that might not always be true. I'm thinking they could be lying about that, and that's just an excuse because they don't like me, because they might find some reason to maybe find discrimination with me, and they're like that maybe. And so I don't always think that someone else is more qualified for the job. The reason I say that is I'm Hispanic, and I think that I'm kind of out of place being in the Midwest sometimes. Um, you know, it's hard. It's hard being Spanish. And you're not only like that, and to some people, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes it's just like it's not good for me. Um, I like people of all nationalities. Let me say this: I am not like racist against anybody ever. But I find that sometimes I have trouble getting to know people. Sometimes maybe I'm just too bashful. I don't want to say nothing because I just don't feel like I can interact with some people sometimes the right way, so I don't. But online, I'm interacting fine. You see, um, I just like I don't know. I have this way about me that's like cool. I think I'm a cool guy, but I just you know, I don't always get outgoing and talk. I mean, there may be times when I do, but I've got this going on in my life where I'm making these claims about Shenmue. I'm making these claims about Tekken and my history. So I'm not always one to just go out there and go after things right now. Um, Different reasons why I don't talk about that. Why? But yeah, if you have a problem like any advice, you feel socially awkward for getting a job. I don't know what your background, your qualifications are for a job. I don't have enough qualifications for a job. I don't think, and I think a lot of that reason is because I earned this martial arts degree at a younger age, and then my teacher denies that and takes all that from me. And so anything about what I'm claiming is not respected because he took all that back. And whatever the royalties that I was supposed to receive, well, I don't get that. You see, I don't get any of that. No, I don't get that. What happens is his he gives it to other people, and it's a mess for me. It's a big mess because even though I earned that, I don't get it. I don't get my royalties for the martial arts I contributed, all that. So like, for me to get a good job, I'm not even supposed to have like a regular job. Like me, I think I'm supposed to be in the martial arts industry. I mean, I don't think I'm like your everyday person. Sometimes I had this rare martial arts degree that made me Ryu Hazuki. They changed my name to Ryu Hazuki, literally, and that's because we had an agreement, me and the teachers. And then they're also calling me this Shin Kazama guy too. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking like there's some more background of history I've got that I'm not familiar with. I just don't talk about sometimes about this Tekken. Um, I might be somewhat familiar with, but I little little decisive about how to look into that, and I don't know how to look into that because it's like something I just don't know how to even talk about sometimes. So I don't, but I do and I don't. It's like neutral. Okay. Yes. So yes. So what I'm talking about here, let's get back to subject. 1995, I was this guy Rizuki. Like I dressed like this guy. I used to wear Hanes white T-shirts, and I had the perfect body. I had like thick body. I was a male. Well, I'm a male. I was a male. I am still a male. I'm a man. Whatever. Oh, thick body, strong chest, pectoral muscles, sexy looking. Um, a lot of strength in my upper body. My shoulders had strength. My teacher used to go like this, pound down on my shoulders all the time. My karate teacher used to go like, trying to untensing, like relax my shoulder muscles. He used to call me Kenner in class. Anybody ever watch Showdown Little Tokyo, starring Dolph Lundgren? Well, my teachers called me Kenner. If you notice, I had the flat top, and I had like a lot of strength in my upper body, but I didn't just have strength in my upper body. I had it there, but it didn't even slow me down. I think the teacher just wanted to. Uh, I don't know. Maybe he thought that I had more potential, so he kept trying to relax my shoulder muscles anyway. But he did that so many times. I didn't understand why he kept doing that sometimes. Uh, Whatever. But I had legs and hips and thighs and gluteus maximus and minimus that was very very sexy, very much like JCVD. And I would watch JCVD movies, Bloodsport, Kickboxer, uh, then Kickboxer 2. I would watch all three of these movies almost every day or every day when I came home from school. And then I'd go back, and then after that, I'd work out. I'd have something small to eat, and then I'd go to karate class. Sometime I would eat. I don't know when I would eat, but I would go to my karate class very, very often. Yes. There were times I couldn't go to karate class if my uh, family wanted to take me out to eat. Well, I had to skip karate class, or I had to skip karate class for maybe if something came up. But usually I would always go to karate class in that year. So I trained that year for 6 or 7 months, maybe 5 months. Um, but I was very, very consistent training, and I was weightlifting all the time in the basement. Um, I would weightlift throughout the week before I went to karate class, And before I, like all throughout the week, it was weightlifting and karate class. And then I did that. Um, I took Centrum vitamins, drank a lot of milk, like drank Gatorade sometimes, water a lot. Oh, I got really sexy looking, really, really sexy looking. My body was like I was the sexiest person you ever seen in your life when I was Ryuzuki that year. Um, itch, a lot of allergies or something. What is just dry and humid or something, making my skin itch. But anyway, I can remember these times, these retrospective times that I went through. Um, like go back here. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. They're Bloodsport. Let's play that. Like I just know I was so devoted to these martial arts, and at the time I had a lot going for me. I mean, I was much younger. You know, like was much younger. I had more going in my life for me. Um, yeah, it just I don't know, like I've explained some things I've went through over the years on my channel already. You got to watch my YouTube videos, everyone, to follow up and to understand me better. I do explain everything I've been going through over these past 30 years that I've been without my royalties that I contributed to Shenmue, that I contributed to Tekken, Jin Kazama character of Bandai Namco. I explain this a lot in detail. Yes. Um. So yeah, it's just being this guy was a real cool thing. Being him in class, you see. Now, if I was to be him outside of class and actually fought with kids, it would be no Cobra Kai entertainment. It would be brutal death, brutal fatal death everywhere, bloody bath, bloodbath, brutal bloodbath, death, gore, blood everywhere, violence, Mortal Kombat everywhere. Shit. It would not be like if I fought with kids in school, one roundhouse kick to the head, their head, I think, might go so fast off the side of their neck. Might go flying so fast, it'll hit the locker, and their head would crack on the locker before it hit the ground with a bloody gush of mess. So that's how powerful I think my roundhouse kicks were at the time. There were kids that were like thin little kids that they were. This is junior high I'm talking about, and I was like a freshman in high school year, but I was eighth grade, supposed to be a freshman in high school, but they held me back, so I was in eighth grade in 1995, and I was like holding back to not do martial arts on kids that want to fight with me. Um, it's like my kicks that were very, very deadly, and I did not want to just kill junior high kids from Melville, Michigan. So I thought, really, really thought that, because the way I would kick the targets in karate class, the way I would kick the bags, the heavy bags, they used to use heavy, heavy bags too, like heavy bags full of sand or padding or something, whatever it was. It's full of something, but it was 70 or 100 pounds. And I would kick that thing a lot in class. Sometimes I would do that. Not just in class. I had a Wave Master, the first Wave Master bag that was a black one in 1995. I bought it. It may have came out in 1994, but I remember buying it in 1995. and I hooked that thing up to the foundation of my house. Um, my father made this clamp at his job. As you know, he makes things out of steel. He made a steel. Um, well, the clamp is different, but he made a steel, like something like a holster or something, whatever they call it. Some kind of apparatus made of steel that would hold a clamp and it'll hold the chain to the bag, and then it'd have 70 pounds or 80 pounds of water in it, and I'd kick it, punch it, kick it. You know, I had these like turtle bag gloves with a turtle on them. Bought those bag gloves from a martial arts supply store. I also bought Chuck Norris leather strapped gloves, but I rarely used them. I rarely use those things. I mainly use the bag gloves. Um, you remember doing this, you know, like, but I probably, I don't know, like, at some point I remember being the thing so hard, probably kicked it too hard, and then it just started to leak out from the insides, the bag, so I had to stop using it. It was leaking all over the floor. But I know one problem I had with that is shaking up the foundation of my house, and so I couldn't use that. My parents complained about it, so when I was a kid, that, you know, it's shaking up the house too much. You know, I never do this bag training. Did a lot of push-ups, lots of push-ups. Probably about 80 to 100 push-ups every other day. Some days I did 40 push-ups. The other days I did 60 to 100 push-ups. I don't think there was one day I only did 20 push-ups. Usually it was a minimum of 40 to 120 push-ups, maybe more. Maybe I went up to 200 push-ups sometimes, but I did a lot of push-ups when I was younger. I don't really, now let me say, I have this shoulder condition now where I don't just do push-ups or weight lift like I used to. Uh, it might be a possibility to do that kind of stuff too today, but I'd have to get my shoulder worked on, whether it's like surgery from the hospital, or whether it's getting adult stem cell injection into it. Um, the way I messed up my shoulder first was in a car accident. I had a car accident, and I had no choice but to save my own life and jump out of my car. It was mobile car. It was moving. I had to jump out, and I landed on my shoulder from a moving car going 45 to 50 miles an hour, and then it dislocated my shoulder. So I had to do that to save my own life. And then it dislocated the first time, and then it dislocated a few times after that. So I have a tendency for that to come out of place if I do a little too much. Of course, you know, like the shoulder, it can be stronger and uh, more able to stay in place a lot more if you have like maybe like something called adult stem cell uh, therapy, or if you have surgery maybe or something. But I know this adult stem cell therapy, if you can find it anywhere, you have to get it done right, and you have to get it done by professionals. Uh, but it can help that condition. And you see, this is part of my history here, this martial arts that I've done. And I watch Jean-Claude Van Damme, my history. You know, like, can you remember watching this? Stretching, like the stretching I'll do was all the time. Straddle stretch all the time. Um, I never had the Pro Force or the Century stretch machine. I never had that where it goes out to 180 degrees. But I would stretch with partners in class, by myself, mainly, all kind of stretching. Yeah. So like um, karate, and martial arts is all related to like kicking, striking mostly. Most arts that are like karate are kicking arts, and they have striking and blocking, and they're all more of them are karate arts. And then there's a few kickboxing arts. Uh, yeah. So, um, like I just know that I know that when I would watch these movies in my youth, it gave me this spark, this power inside, this fire that I could just didn't. Well, sometimes I didn't want to hold it inside. You know, if I was kicking a target, you know, I'd kick a target hard, harder, harder, less hard, harder. I had to hold back my power a lot of times because I didn't want to hurt the person holding the target. But sometimes I couldn't contain that power. I remember one time some kid was complaining that I think I sprung his hand from kicking the target. Um, Maybe I broke his hand. I don't know, but it's just martial arts is dangerous like that. In a way. Um, People get serious injuries in the martial arts. If it's contact, especially. Yeah. Um, People die training martial arts. They can die with that too, training it. Um, People of all ages can happen. It's not always the safest and the best thing to do, but if it helps you, if it works for you, just do it because it helps you. Do it anyway. Just keep doing it. Um, like um, just remember these times. Thinking back, when I didn't know some martial arts that I wanted to know, I just copied what I seen on Bloodsport. I copied it, or copied what I seen on Kickboxer. I copied it in class, did it in class, and it came out looking real cool, perfect. You know, um, just happened that way, trained that way perfectly. Um, See, like I remember 1995. Yeah, I just remember that year. It was all about training for me. Train karate. That's all I did. Is just train all the time. Train. Girls would ask me, "Oh, you want to go out with me, Ryan?" I'll suck a cock. I say stuff like that, but oh, I'm different at the time, and I'm like schoolboy and from Shenmue. The same thing. I copy my likeness. What do I do? What does Ryuzuki do when Tom from the hot dog truck asks him to have a hot dog? There's two beautiful Japanese girls eating a hot dog from Shenmue the animation. What does Ryuzuki do? He says, "Oh, bye. No, I got to do karate training. Bye. I got to go." That's what I did. I mean, I didn't know that, like, to not turn down opportunity from women. I didn't know to not do that all the time. Don't do that all the time, like, especially don't do it at all. If you can help it, Um, I didn't know. I wish I'd known, because that's like opportunity to gain your status, to be somebody in life, and when you're somebody in life where you're supposed to be sexually active with, you're supposed to mate, you're supposed to do these things. So, like, I wish I had known that at the time. But I'm only focused on training karate. And when I was there, they would use my moves. They recorded my moves many times. Those Dan teachers, they recorded them. Um, like, so I went through all that. Went through all the training. I was a cool guy. Um, I mean, I know I was a cool guy. I know I was. It's not bragging or nothing. I try to tell people at the time, they just got kind of a little envious or something. They didn't like me being that cool, but I was a cool guy. And I was a good looking guy. Sexy as hell. Um, Martial arts person, it's just all in me. All in me. That's all I did. Went to school, did karate when I got home. Went to school the next day, you know. Um, so that's really what I did with my life, was that martial arts degree that I'm talking about that I earned. That's the most successful achievement I ever had in my life, was that karate degree. Um, like, the teachers don't want to acknowledge this. They don't want to, like, admit these things ever, because, like I said before, they were paid off. I think they were paid off by his family, by other sources, whatever, to just let someone else have the royalties or something. I don't know. Um, it's crazy, because here I am. They give me what they call an undocumented karate degree. Undocumented martial arts degree. Might as well say that, because I didn't just do karate. No, I did all kind of martial arts. So many martial arts. Um, you know, it was something. It was special. Very, very special what I did. I want to do these things again, but here I am, the age I am. It's not about the age, really. But it's um what am I saying? Yeah. It's about having the money to have money to buy protein, vegetables, fruits, uh, food. It's about having money for that. It's about having money to buy water if you need it, or having money to buy a fitness trainer, having money to get fitness training, having money to be this kind of a person, a martial artist. It takes money to do these things. It takes that, and this is why I told my teachers to use my fight choreography and do all these things that we agreed upon. But instead, they don't do that. And if they had given me my royalties, if they had given me my money, my copyrights, my money, my compensation, whatever, they had given me what I earned, then I would have already been Ryuzuki. I'm thinking a long time ago. I would have not been dependent on even medication for depression. See, I'm dependent on medicine for depression all these years because I didn't get my royalties. I didn't get my money. That's why we agreed for me to have that, because I had mental illness. And I know the teacher should be aware of this, but he detached. He went to Arizona to be a heroic cop or something, and then doesn't say nothing to me ever again. So that's crazy as hell. That's stupid as hell. And for him to do that and not say nothing to me ever again, And then he gets people like his minions. I mean, I'm in a relationship that is not the greatest relationship because it's it's about him, it's about her, and it's about taking my reputation all the way down. So that's why I've been nobody in life. And I'm not going to be respected in life, probably ever. If it remains this way, I will never be nothing in life. Yeah. Anybody know anyone that takes that has taken Ativan for anxiety? See, there. I have taken this before. I have taken it before, but I haven't taken this probably in like 6 or 7 months now. I don't take any anxiety medication now, but I was on it for some time, and you know, as long as women in Michigan turn me down when I ask them out on a date, or as long as they would not want nothing to do with me, think I'm a nerd or dork or something, uh, they're killing me by doing that too. They're not helping me; they're helping to kill me. Um, and if it's not them, why? Maybe they're afraid to date me. Maybe there's guys that don't accept me in Michigan from the cliques of Riverview High School. Riverview or Melvindale, my past enemies, they they hate me and they don't like me. I'm too different growing up. Um, all these people think they're cool and they click a certain way and they don't like me or whatever, and they're killing me by doing that, by women not wanting to have sex with me ever. I can't just make it. And I'm not just complaining for no reason online. I have a reason to complain. I don't know what's going to happen with that. That's my history. I'm in a relationship now, long distance relationship. So maybe I just let all that go. Just be with one person my whole life and let all that go now, because uh, nobody gave a damn about me anyway in Michigan. So um, that's why I don't like being here. So I hate it. But what can I say? What can I do? This is a state where you have, you're like, you either have to work your way out of here by going to school, work your way out of here by getting a job and making it with people here. You know, somehow you have to do that, get through it and do it. Um, and then if you don't like living here, move out of here. Get the hell out of Michigan. Get the hell out of Detroit. Because Detroit, what happens in Detroit, a lot of people from Detroit die here. Not everybody makes it in Detroit. If you're not married at a younger age, see, my own parents were married. My mother was 18. My father was 21. That's the same age, 21, I started dating this girl that put me into a fake, fraudulent relationship that would steal my martial arts royalties of Shenmue and Tekken. So that's more than half my problem there. Is that I started dating this girl when I was 21, and it lasted for 3 years, and then it was a fake relationship all the way, because she was not even like a real friend. She was just trying to take this degree and money from me, and then this is so wrong that this happened to me. Um, it took away everything I earned, my identity, my reputation, every single thing I earned was gone to that relationship, because that girl has my reputation still. She would not make love to me ever. She would not be with me ever like that. She would cheat on me constantly. She would hurt me constantly. She would uh, always want to make me look as stupid as she could to impress the karate teacher that he wanted to give these royalties and honors to his family and make me be essentially nobody, ever, nobody. And like, I would never make it in life from that terrible experience. It's a, it's a terrible, horrible scheme that took what I had earned with my life. And he was he not thinking in his right mind or something? Was this guy kind of stupid or something? Like, or he just didn't care. Maybe it's all that and he didn't care either. So, you know, there's nothing I can do to change that. Like, I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, it just, see, this is the problem with that teacher. Like, it's all about who is he? Do I care who he is? Do I care about who his family thinks they are? No, I don't. But this is the problem here. If they have their way in Riverview and they're like gods in Riverview and don't care about me in Riverview, don't respect who I'm supposed to be in Riverview, in the planet, if they don't respect who I'm supposed to be in life, these neighbors next door to me, oh, there's a big problem because those people relate to the teacher. And then they come into class barely and take all this back. Like, they didn't take it back, but they just steal it after they gave it to me. So I don't understand what the fucking hell reason is why these people will just get away with this shit. Literally, I don't get it. I don't get it. It must be because I'm not a white person. And I'm thinking that's probably more than half of it being in racist Detroit, Michigan. Racist Detroit, Michigan, yes. Um, I think you're more accepted if you're black than Mexican. Honestly, I really do. You're a good-looking Mexican guy. You're not a good-looking. You're a cute Mexican guy. You're a cute half Mexican guy. Whatever the hell reason it is, a black man will make it before you do in Southeast Michigan. I think they would, because they have all kind of white women that are gonna fuck them and suck their BBCs. Okay, trust me, they will. And they feel bad for them being probably black or something. But I got that problem. I got that big problem here. So that, you know, the white women here is what's mostly around me. And I got a lot of them that hate me because maybe they don't, but they don't understand where I'm coming from here. And this is my history. I'm not really looking for anything of that relationship kind of right now. I'm pretty much taken with the relationship I'm in right now. So, but what I've been experiencing, in my history has been so horrible, so terrible. It's been the worst experience I've ever had that anyone could ever have, doing the martial arts and being somebody and then losing all this because the reputation. See, people talk, and when they talk, reputation goes around by word of mouth a lot, and then that's ruined for my name. My name is stupid. It's nobody to everyone because my degree. I believe that this law firm bought out my degree from these karate teachers. You know, I'm really hoping that they would not take so much personal offense to what I'm saying online, but they might, and I can't help that if they do. But damn it, man, I earned something prominent and successful with what I did that year, and then I lose it all because why? I wish my kid could be like that. I wish my son or my student or whatever, they could be that way. Well, they're not. They're not, okay? I am, and they're not. And then my teacher tells me years ago, you have that degree, just throw it away. Throw it away. Throw that degree away. Let it go, Ryan. Let it go. And then what am I going to do with my life if I let that go? I earned something I will never forget. The martial arts I did, I'll never forget the person I was. I'll never forget the kind of cool person I've been that year. I will never forget the experiences I had that year with the karate teachers, training, and the pride and the honor I earned, and all that success, all the royalties, the contribution to Shenmue, the contribution to Tekken, all those things I earned. You know, I'm just supposed to let that go and be nobody from that, and then start out again. Start going to college, being somebody, going to college, doing this, doing that. Date a fucking big ass fat woman, and then fuck her and have kids with her, and then she'll slap you and fart in your face and kill you in your sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, right, teacher? Marry a big old fat woman, and then she'll kill me in the sleep. She'll roll over on me, and I won't even be able to breathe. I mean, that's literally what I would get in Detroit. See, because that's the kind of people that we have here. Me being my age, me being 44, or me being 36. Oh, that's my limit. 35. No, no, 32 is my limit. Sorry. All the hot pussies, not for you. For some other guy. There you go. I got that kind of problem here. And you know, man, it is not good being in Detroit. Not good being in Southeast Michigan. It's a fucking mess, believe me. Oh, yeah. So, you know, I'm just complaining about this things like since 1995 to 2025, what is life like for me? And this is what it's been like all these years. You know, so I'm different. I know I'm different, but I cannot just be like everyone else anyway. You know, like there's always going to be problems. You know, like this city is everybody fights in the city and shit. You know, it's so stupid to me being here, but um, it's just like you know maybe it's not that bad if I got to know the right people, and then I have to make all the right decisions and all the right moves here and like play my cards so right. I don't know if I would even make it then. Um, Especially after I have I don't know. Like, I mean, I was somebody that year, but then, I went through all these things. And so, I don't know what to do. But I do know that, yeah, I'm the fight choreographer for the Shenmue. I really am that guy. Um, I did these things, you know, yeah, so, yeah, it's just, yeah. Hmm. I've got a long distance relationship in another country, but yeah, so I do have that going on for me. Um, yeah, and so um, thinking that so what's life like for me? Yes, stand subject here. Just thinking about all these things going on in my head. I don't know. The martial arts is cool. Shenmue's cool. Um, Life, what it's been like for me over the years, has been something else. It hasn't been all bad. It hasn't been all bad, but it hasn't been enough good for me. Enough uh, positive that I can say. Really, um, But I can understand that, you know, like it's just the same things in life. You got to have the money to do this. If you're good at something, you got to have money to fund it. I know, like I know that Ryu Hazuki works in Shenmue, and he works and he trains and still, but um, for take it in a practical sense, for me to work and work full time, and maybe not even work full time, but work overtime or part time, whatever it is. Um, you still got to have enough energy to do these things, to get in the shape, to do the fancy moves, to do them right. You got to have the natural body, the gift, the flexibility, the range of motion. Um, you got to have that. You got to have enough going for you. You know, really, like it's good to work. It is good to work. It is good to do something. It is good to stay busy. Yes, and it's good to work. Like if you're Hispanic, you're supposed to. People think of you like you should work. You should work for a living. You should work, 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 work. Life's all about work, hard work. It is, and even if you're Asian, life is about hard work too, and it really is. But for me, like I find that if I'm working, I've got to make time for the martial arts too. If I want to do that, make time for that, work out, lift weights, this, that, But then I've got these other problems being where I'm at in Michigan. You see, I've got these other problems. Like if I'm single here, going back to the days when I'm single, okay, when I'm single, whatever. Um, when you ask a girl out on a date, she throws your drink in your face and tells you to leave, tells you to get away. Uh, you got that problem at the bar sometimes. One time that happened to me, maybe two times in one day. I don't know, but I had a terrible time with women here in my 20s. Shit, like really horrible time. And um, well, I forgot I was this Shenmue guy. When I was like 23, 24, I forgot I was Ryuzuki when I was 14. I forgot I did these moves. I forgot all of these things. I suffered like trauma that probably gave me some kind of amnesia or something. I forgot a lot of my memory back then at the time. Um, there's a lot of crap I went through, schemes and that. Nobody told me nothing that I need to know. And then this is all pulled over my head and my face to make a fool out of me, to ruin my life, to take my whole life away. I never became this guy in my 20s, well, which I should have been. Maybe then I could have stopped taking the, you know, like uh, depression medicine, you know. Oh, this is the problem with that, It's like uh, nobody cared enough, nobody knew enough about this, and I tried my best, but this is where I'm at now. So, want to be positive sometimes about this more. I'm going to close up the broadcast here soon. Yes, so thank you everybody for tuning in my broadcast. Um, you know, I try to keep this broadcast positive and try to keep it not so terrible and negative. Try not to complain, but it's like impossible when I am trying to appeal to have court hearings and that. I'm trying to eventually get this YouTube channel monetized, and when I do get it monetized, then there's a chance I can get some court hearings going. I've got to have like $1,000 to get it monetized, to start to get it monetized. I don't really have that right now. Um, I gotta have money for these things, and I mean it's like a struggle for me, but I'm doing the best I can. So thank you everybody for tuning to my channel. Thank you everybody for supporting my cause, my YouTube channel. Supporting it by subscribing, by watching me, by getting to know me. Thank you very much. I appreciate all my subscribers to my channel. Um, yes, and thank you everyone. This is Retro Zuki 81.